Once I was out of the dress, I took a long, hot shower in my private bathroom. I stood under the steaming water until I felt the stress from the evening start to leave my body. After that, I dressed for bed in a pair of comfy baby blue fleece pajama bottoms and matching long-sleeve t-shirt. But after crawling into bed, the memories of the alpha's growls returned. It seemed nothing was going to make this night any better. I really am doomed, I muttered to myself as tears fell down my cheek. When I woke up the next morning, I decided to skip my morning run. I didn't think it was safe considering all that had happened. I texted Juniper and asked if she had any plans for the day. I needed a distraction after all. Juniper and Paul were one of the few couples who had decided to live off the compound after they were mated. They were still in school and wanted to act young and carefree. I was basically using her as an excuse to hide away, but I didn't think she would mind. Cedar picked me up in his car since he still lived on the compound with his parents. We drove into town and met up with Juniper and Paul at the local movie theater. They didn't ask me about the night before, which made me grateful. They truly were the best. We saw a double feature, all the while stuffing ourselves with popcorn. After that, we went to the mall, and I shopped with Juniper while the guys compared their skills at the arcade. After shopping, we had a late lunch where we complained about everything we possibly could. It was nice to just vent and get the frustrations out. But I still didn't say anything about last night. We decided to go back to Juniper and Paul's place after that. Several card games, board games, movies, and a very unhealthy dinner later, I was ready to pass out on their floor. I could feel someone carrying me, and based on the scent, I could guess it was Cedar. He laid me on the couch, and someone covered me in a blanket. I instantly fell asleep. I dreamt of the terrifying Alpha, banishing me, beating me, doing goddess knows what to me. But every time I saw his face, it both terrified me and excited me. I wish my body would make up its mind. Does he scare me or excite me? Same with his scent. Is it dangerous or intoxicating? Why do I find it both? The next morning, I made my way to class and decided to skip my training so I could relax. I texted Jim and let him know that I wouldn't be there today. He texted back that he understood. When I turned my phone on to send the message, though, I saw that I had several voicemails and text messages from my family. Noah had left several of them, so had Carter and Aunt Eve. I was worrying them, and that broke my heart. I would have to explain everything to them later. Once class was over, I grabbed lunch with Juniper and the guys. They had plans in the city, and I didn't want to inconvenience them any further, so I decided to walk back to the compound. Besides, I could use the extra time to think.